Hey, what's going on everyone? AMR back with another Madden 22 video. So in this one, I think I'm going to try something a little different. As you might be able to tell by the thumbnail / title of the video, I'm actually going to be starting up a series on the channel here where I intend to redo a fantasy draft as if all of the players in the entire league were thrown back into the draft pool, and then we went ahead and played out an entire like 2 to 3 season long progression, so that way we can see what the current players are going to develop into, as well as go through a couple of draft classes and hopefully be able to have us follow an entire team as we keep getting better and better. Or maybe we just really shoot ourselves in the foot with a really bad draft and then we have to try and build a team up from there. But as always, if you like the content, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. And so for the team, I don't really think that it matters too much on what team I pick here. I typically like to have the Chicago Bears be my team. However, that being said, I think it'd be kind of cool to play with a team that like maybe has a nice football stadium. It'd be cool to like do a Packer Lambeau Field, playing there all the time. Vegas has the new stadium, so does LA. LA would actually be pretty lit. But man, New Orleans colors are actually kind of sick. Man, this is gonna be tough. So I think what I'm actually gonna end up doing here is I think I'm just gonna close my eyes and go ahead and count down from 10 like I've done in the past, and then open them, and then that's what the team that I'll be rolling with. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, this is gonna suck, man. I don't want to beat the Browns. This is off to a great start. So we're gonna go ahead and pick just look at that bug-eyed boy. I'm gonna go ahead and set up the franchise to do the fantasy draft. So give me just a second. I'm sure this will be instantaneous for you, but I'll be back in just a flash. Awesome. So we've unlocked the coaching stat. We're currently ranked 12th in value. I'm guessing what happened is they probably had everyone get ranked 12th, or if that's just like a bug and it gets carried over. Let's go ahead and jump into this fantasy draft. I have an idea of what I want to target, but before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and take a couple notes down and then I'll jump into the draft. So just one sec. All right, so here we are in the draft. I went ahead and paused it for just a second. It looks like we have the 7th overall pick here. On the clock right before us went Russell Wilson, who I believe was 6th, if I'm not mistaken. But let's go ahead and make our selection. So I'm going to have something very specific in mind here. I think what I want to do is I want to draft talent that will project out over time. I don't want to get guys who are a little older in their career and then they'll fizzle out within like 1 or 2 years. I don't want like to really deal with any regression possibilities. However, that being said, if I do fall to someone who has an extremely high ceiling or high value, I'm not going to pass that up. But let's go ahead and look at the selections that we have. Wow. Okay, so right off the bat, we have Myles Garrett as a 99 overall, Travis Kelce as a 99 overall. Wow, this is actually incredible. So you have Jalen Ramsey, who is an absolute monster. He's only 26 years old. Ah, man, that's tough. Do I go with him or do I go with Myles Garrett? Myles Garrett's 25. So in my personal opinion, and you have Zach Martin down here as well. He's only superstar dev, but he's actually 30. He's a little older than I thought he was. I think I have to go with Myles Garrett here. Hate me if you want to, but I think that he is just too dominant of a presence on the line. So I'm going to go ahead and draft Myles Garrett. Welcome to the team. As a 99 overall in the game, he has a 96 overall run stopper and a 95 speed rusher. This guy is an absolute monster in game as well in real life. Let's go ahead and simulate to our next pick as we do. Okay, so we got Tyrann Mathieu, who went right before us in the draft. Interesting. Let's go ahead and make our selection. How is Travis Kelce still here? It kind of surprises me a little bit. Some of the positions that I think that we can get away with are honestly going to be quarterback. You can draft a quarterback again. There's really no need to have to like trade down or anything like that. I think that getting a even having an experienced offensive line isn't that worse of a case. I mean, you do have Bakhtiari here, who is a monster, but Trent Williams he's 98 overall. It's gonna be tough to pass that up. I don't really utilize the tight end all that often, so it's tough. I mean, I could beef up. Oh my God, if I got Khalil Mack and Myles Garrett, I think that defense would just be oh my God. Khalil Mack is a little old though. How old is Stephon Gilmore? I think he's a little older too. Yeah, he's 30, so I don't really see him adding much value. How old's Trent Williams? Trent Williams is 33 and he's superstar dev. And Bakhtiari is 29. Zach Martin's 30, and then Travis Kelce's old as well. Terrell Armstead is 30. I think best overall so far is gonna be Trent Williams here. However, I just believe in the talent of Bakhtiari, so therefore I think I'm going with Bakhtiari. Welcome to the team. This would be an absolute monster of an acquisition if in real life, if the Cleveland Browns were able to acquire Bakhtiari. I don't think he's going anywhere, by the way. He is just too talented of a tackle. Okay, with our next selection, I'm really happy with those two picks so far. Wow, I mean, I could still get a Zach Martin as a right guard. That is really appealing to me. But I don't know. It's tough, you know? I'm really struggling here. This is getting a lot harder than I originally presumed it would be. He's 32. I don't really see that being too big of a thing. Joe Mixon, just not really in my realm. Oh, Jesse Bates. I think he'll be here. I'm gonna go ahead and take a risk because you do have Justin Simmons down here, who I think is just as good. I really think that having Myles Garrett and Khalil Mack both on the same side of the football is just so deadly that I'm taking Khalil Mack. Hate me if you want. 94 overall. He is a 92 run stopper, speed rusher 92, and an 81 pass coverage. He's 30 years old, so if we put this in projection of 3 seasons, he'll be 33. He's just too good. Sorry, not sorry. Let's go ahead and look at the next available. All right, so my worst fear came true, and it looks like Jesse Bates is gone. So Justin Simmons is still here. So far, I'm not too focused on him, however. How old is he? He's pretty young, right? Oh, he's 27. I don't know. Middle linebacker of Demario Davis. He's 32 at Superstar Dev. I mean, building up this... Marcus Lawrence is... Building up this defense is going to be the biggest part of this franchise. I think that if you got Denzel Ward out there, I think that he could be a dominant force. He's very young, and I think that passing up the talents above him, not like the worst thing in the world. Because I know that Brandon Brooks, he's like, what, 30? Oh, he's only 32. He's not as old as I thought he would. However, I mean, linemen don't really progress as much as what you'd want. I think I got to go with Denzel Ward here. So welcome to the team, Denzel Ward at corner. Rocking a 90 overall in man coverage, 87 in zone, and 85 out of the slot. He's 24. He's only going to get better. Really excited for him. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with the fact that we did not go ahead and take Justin Simmons. It looks like he's still here at a 92 overall. Demario Davis is still here as well. He's 32 though. I can't get there in my mind to be drafting someone that old. I mean, I might as well draft Harrison Smith at that rate. Harrison Smith is also very old. 28 overall at strong safety, Adrian Amos. I don't think I need to take him right here, right now. I do, however, think that we need to beef up our offensive line. 89 overall with Joel Bitonio. It's pretty good. Michael Pierce would be a huge acquisition. I think that he'll still be here though, so I'm not gonna pull the trigger on him. I think we need to get some depth in the secondary. So welcome to the team, Justin Simmons. 92 in zone, 91 run support, 90 hybrid. He's 27 years old. I think that we can definitely get him up to at least a superstar dev. Welcome to the team. So next up, we are halfway through the 6th round. We still have Aaron Jones here. Aaron Jones is 26 years old at a 90 overall. Never in life would I ever take him. Just don't really see that. I think this is where we have to take Joel Bitonio. I mean, having him on the same side of the field as Bakhtiari just like really elevates that run game potential. And I typically like to at least have some type of a mobile quarterback scrambler. I just think Joel Bitonio is just too high to pass up here. At 29 in age, he is an 89 overall, 89 pass coverage, 87 agility, 85 power. He's only going to get better. Welcome to the team, Joel Bitonio. All right, so for our next pick here, how old is Marcus Peters? He's 28 years old. I mean, it's not that old though, you know? I think that he might regress. I mean, 91 speed, 90 man coverage, 85 zone, 88 play rec. I think that we can take a shot here. Ooh, this is tough. Adrian Amos, how's his speed? So he's actually an 89 on zone coverage. All right, so hear me out on this one, but I think I'm going to go for Adrian Amos as our strong safety with the intent to be able to pick, oh my God, Eddie Jackson's still down here. That's tough, but I think I made up my mind already. I can't really go back now. Welcome to the team, Adrian Amos. He is a 90 in zone, 88 in run support, and an 88 hybrid. I think he'll be a strong addition to the team on the other side of Justin Simmons. That secondary looks pretty dangerous right now. Tyler Lockett is just so freaking old in comparison. Like, he's not it, you know? No chance am I taking Calais Campbell, by the way. It's just never gonna happen. Wow. I mean, Eddie Jackson's here. He is super talented, but like, let's check out his 88 speed. Yeah, you know, I can't get there in my mind. 28 deep threat. I don't think so. I'm not gonna pull the trigger on him. However, you do have James Bradbury down here at an 85 overall. This is tough. Shaq Thompson, he's really good, 27 years old, right outside linebacker. I think that that's going to be our play here. Yep, I think I made up my mind here. I think I'm going to go with Shaq Thompson as our right outside linebacker. Got to really beef up that defensive core. I think that we've already kind of made a bunch of additions towards the team in that direction, but welcome to the team, Shaq Thompson, 27, 84 overall. I think that he has a very high ceiling, and I'm excited. All right, so I'm actually super happy with the fact that I did not go ahead and draft one of the wide receivers. Having them all still pretty much be here is a huge relief to me. If I really need to, I could dive down and stick out the course for like maybe a year or two and just like run with like a Julio Jones or whatever. It doesn't really matter. I could always draft a wide receiver. Typically they're pretty high in the draft anyways, doesn't really matter. Running back wise, do we really want to get a running back right now, or would we rather draft one? So Cordero Patterson is like lightning fast. He's 91 in speed. I don't believe that for a second. I'm just gonna go ahead and keep on beefing up the defense. Who am I kidding? James Bradbury, welcome to the team, cornerback. Let's go. All right, we are nearing the end of the 10th round. Is that correct? Wow. We've already gone through 10 rounds here. I really like seeing Akeem Hicks right here. He's just like calling my name. I can't do it. I have to put more investments into my offense right now. The team is like pretty much bleeding, and we're gonna be stuck with some of the worst side of the oh my God, we need to get a center really bad. So best overall center is Alex Mack. This dude is older than dirt. I'm pretty sure he is. So he's 35, normal dev. Not really what you want to see. 29. JC Redder's old as well. Ryan Kelly is 28. I think that we can get away with holding off and targeting like a Garrett Bradbury. Garrett Bradbury is actually not that bad in my opinion. Look at our right guard selections here. Ooh, okay. Evan Zeitler. he's okay. David DeCastro has had like a really rough go in real life. He's kind of battled through quite a few injuries. Glasgow. Man, right guard is just an epitome. It's so bad. What right tackle? How we looking over here? Bulaga. He's 32. Mitchell Schwartz is actually... That's incredible to me because if in like normal leagues, he's actually a superstar dev. So it's kind of baffling to me that he is only a normal progression rate right now. Rob Havelstein. I mean, I think that we just like hold off on getting a right tackle and aim for like drafting that in the upcoming draft class. Left edge. Melvin Ingram, how old is he? He's 32? Seriously? And Akeem Hicks is younger? That is crazy to me. I did not think that for a second. I think I gotta go with Akeem Hicks. Welcome to the team. Oh my god, our defense is just like disgusting right now. Our offense is, I mean, you better have a good defense if your offense looks like this. Wow, this is gonna be a long rebuild. Next up, we are in the top half of the 11th round here. We can go ahead and probably... Ooh, Bryce Callahan. 29-year-old corner. You know, hear me out, okay? Hear me out on this one. I think that we can get Bryce Callahan right now and then go after Leonard Fournette. Worst case scenario, Leonard Fournette's not here. We still have a solid chance at getting OBJ, or it's starting to get a little tough, isn't it? Oh, I could for sure go with the Damian Harris though. Damian Harris is pretty good. I wouldn't be upset. Let's put it that way. Allen Robinson's down here. Oh, Devontae Smith is still here. We're groovy. I wouldn't even worry about this then. Let's go ahead and rock out with the Bryce Callahan. Welcome to the team. Defense looking like a snack. 86 in zone, 85 in man, 84 in slot. He's 29 years old. He's probably going to be ending up replacing in the secondary, like deep secondary. If not, he'll make for a really good trade bait in the future videos. All right, next up in the selection here, we are at the back half of the 12th round. Okay, so OBJ is still here. We have Melvin Gordon, who is past his prime, if I'm being quite honest with you. How old is Leonard Fournette? He's 26 years old. Interesting. He's not super fast. He's 91. That's pretty good, though. 97 carry, so that's halfway decent. I like seeing that. Quarterback Matt Ryan would be good off the... getting us off of our feet, at least. I think he'd be really good. Melvin Gordon, how old is he? He's 28, normal dev. He's gonna regress. He's not our guy. OBJ is 28. I mean, 26 is kind of getting up there for a running back. To be taking him that high, you'd probably be able to get more value out of an OBJ. He's not gonna, I mean, he's just gonna regress as well. This is tough. If we don't end up taking a quarterback, because you got to start thinking about like future and stuff. It wouldn't be the end of the world if we had an OBJ Allen Robinson type schema here. It looks like, ooh, Darnell Mooney's still here. Did Devontae Smith get taken? Oh my God, that hurts. That hurts quite a bit, actually. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger finally on OBJ. It just makes too much sense right now. He's super talented, 86 deep threat. LSU prodigy, here we go. Let's go ahead and welcome to the team. 5'11", really? I thought he was a little bit taller than that. If we're going to commit to this rebuild, I think that you have to get the... I mean, Darnell Mooney's also a deep threat. You have A.J. Dillon down here? Okay. A.J. Dillon might be the dude. He is very good. Very good. Okay, I am not as worried as what I was when I started looking at this. CJ Mosley would actually be pretty good in the later rounds. I don't think we need to grab him right now, per se. Looking at... Do I want a Devontae Parker is the question. Devontae Parker or Allen Robinson? So 95, 92, 87, or 95, 93, 90. So it looks like, oh, sorry, 92, 92, 91. It looks like Devontae Parker is the better overall player, at least in Madden's eyes. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take Devontae Parker as our second option. I think he fits the team really well, and then we're gonna probably aim to take AJ Dillon. Here we go. Welcome to the team. Devontae Parker, 82 overall. Not too bad, not too shabby. Got Leonard Fournette still lingering in the abyss here. Raheem Mostert, he's 29. That guy gets injured so much in real life. No, AJ Dillon's gone. I knew it. I knew if I didn't take him right there, he was gonna go. Oh, no, he's here. Okay, that's actually not too bad then. He's a lot lower than I thought. Actually, they're all 79. It's just like what order they got rendered in, I guess. That makes it a little more interesting, doesn't it? CJ Mosley still here? I'm not seeing CJ Mosley. He was a left outside linebacker, I think. Justin Houston. Robert Quinn. Ugh. I mean, I'm a Bears fan, so I have a bias against that dude, but no way in my life would I ever take that dude. Dante Hightower's kind of old, right? He's 31. I mean, I think that he might be our guy, to be honest with you. I'm not really seeing anyone on the list that's like jumping out to me. 28 and this is not going to progress as fast. Dante Hightower, welcome to the team, man. I'm sorry. Gotta do it. Gotta beef up that defense, man. All right, so now we are going to go ahead and draft AJ Dillon if he's still there. Fingers crossed. Please still be there for the love of God. AJ Dillon, AJ Dillon, AJ Dillon, AJ Dillon, AJ Dillon. Let's go, baby. AJ Dillon, welcome to the team. 23 years old. This dude is a tank of a human being. I have no idea why they would diss this guy so bad in Madden ratings of a 79 overall. This picture right now is not doing his thighs justice. Jesus. I'm not too worried about getting a quarterback. I think that if there's like time left over, I'll grab him for sure. I don't think I'm going to be targeting him necessarily. What about D tackles? How are we looking there? Look, just me like beefing up the offense, like the defense as much as possible. It's funny. Man, like, what a year. 84 overall. He's got 97 strength. Jesus. Why don't they have the age on the main part? Like, don't people care about the age? Like, dude, I'm not seeing anybody that's really jumping out. 76, I mean, DJ Jones, he's 26 years old. I think that we can target a D tackle in the offseason. I'm not too concerned about drafting one. We've already pretty much got our entire defense. What am I talking about? We need to beef up. What are we looking at? Tight ends. Tight ends available. Rob Gronkowski would be good for a one and done. He's 99 over, or 99 awareness. Zach Ertz, too old. Logan Thompson, yeah, he's 30. He's actually older than I thought. I thought he was closer to like 29-ish. Adam Troutman's still here. 24. Normal dev though. Albert O, 23, and he's normal dev. It's kind of crazy to me. I would have figured that he'd been a little higher. Anyone on this list really like jumping out to me? I mean, Brevin Jordan, I'm just looking for like that sneaky pick that might be down here in the ether. That could possibly be the sneaky dev trait that no one catches. I mean, I think best bet would be a Logan Thomas or a Rob Gronkowski. I'm not taking Rob this early. It's far too early to be taking him. I think that we have to take our chances and try and get some decent of a center. Alex Mack is still here. He's definitely someone that we can target as a one and doneer. Because I think he's like 38 years old. He is so old. 35 in normal dev, 85 overall. Connor McGovern is pretty How old is he again? He's 28 and 76 overall. Yeah, okay, I'll hold off. Let's go ahead and look at our right guards available. David DeCastro is still here. I gotta take David DeCastro, I think. Yep. Welcome to the team, David DeCastro, 81 overall, normal dev. I think that's kind of a disservice to him. He gets hurt a ton in real life, so it's really hard to see. I think that he's actually star dev in normal fantasy, however, so that's tough. Kind of a rough rating for him, honestly. Let's go back and look at our wide receiving core. Ugh, Antonio Brown. Tim Patrick would be actually pretty stellar, I'm not gonna lie. 27 years old, 79 overall. It's not bad. How old's Adam Lazard? He's 25. He's normal dev. That's tough. Kadarius Toney's here. I think we got to take Kadarius Toney. Welcome to the team, Kadarius Toney. I think I probably could have waited on him a little bit longer. I think I could have waited on him a tad bit longer. However, he is that hidden dev. He's that steal in the draft kind of person. I didn't really want to pass him up, to be honest with you. Let's go ahead and draft that center now. Center's kind of like one of those positions that I just want to like hold off on as much as I can. Alex Mack is just an 85 overall. He's too good, and that really kind of like secures at least one side of the line, being super talented. Okay, let's go ahead and looking at our other running backs here, we do still have Leonard Fournette lingering around. It is hard to pass him up. Having a 1-2 punch of Leonard Fournette and A.J. Dillon would just be baffling. I mean, there is the possibility here for a Raheem Mostert, but I don't think we need to take him right now, per se. I think we can actually hold off. Oh, man. A slot wide receiver? I mean, Cole Beasley's good. Van Jefferson's tall, which I like. I definitely want to have a little bit more of a height advantage if I can, just because of the fact that I suck at the game. Braxton Berrios is good. He's pretty talented. Richie James Jr., Paris Campbell. Paris Campbell, honestly, is one of the better players in the NFL. He just gets hurt so much, man. He kind of got hurt like as soon as he joined the NFL, and it's really kind of slowed down his progression. Looking at our receivers here, Cole Beasley's kind of old though. He's 32. It's pretty old for a slot wide receiver. Van Jefferson, however, is 25 at normal dev. What to do? I like Adam Lazard quite a bit. I think I'm just going to pull the trigger on Adam Lazard. He seems like a really good scheme fit for our offense. Marvin Jones would be really good as well. It's pretty tough here. I think I'm going to go ahead and take Marvin Jones, actually. So welcome to the team, Marvin Jones Jr., 83 overall. Not too bad. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger on Raheem Mostert. It would be really nice to have that 1-2 combo between Raheem Mostert's speed. He is electric fast. He actually had I actually had the luxury to watch him play. I went to IU and Raheem Mostert went to Purdue, unfortunately for him. But welcome to the team, Raheem Mostert. All right, let's look at this quarterback option. I think Matt Ryan will still be here. It's going to be tough though. 84 overall is not bad. I think that is probably our best available, if I had to guess. We don't have any of them right now on roster. How old's Hayden Hurst? He's 28 years old. I think we got to take Hayden Hurst here. Welcome to the team, Hayden Hurst, 28 overall, star dev. I think that he's a perfect scheme fit. Again, I say that quite a bit here on this episode, but I'm looking for guys who are young, willing to step into the role right away. He's got a star development, so you know that he's going to make an impact on the team right away. Tight ends usually play until they're like 33, not really a big problem. He is a big body at 6'4", 265. Welcome to the team. Making our selection in the 22nd round. Yes, you heard that right. All right, let's look at our D tackles. I think that Matt Ryan is gone, by the way, now. I think I waited one round too long. And it's not like a huge deal, honestly. Did I really want Matt Ryan? Because I'm really going to end up drafting another quarterback in the next season. Daquan Jones actually looks pretty good here. We're going to struggle in year one with a quarterback. I'll just tell you that right now. This is going to be tough. However, you know, I could take Big Ben. I could take Big Ben, as scary of a thought as that is. On kickers. Justin Tucker is still here. Oh my God, there's so many kickers. Punter, Johnny Hecker. How many rounds are there? D-tackle, I think I have to take Daquan Jones here. We just don't really have anybody talented there. Welcome to the team, 29. I think that buys us some time there. He's only normal dev, so at max, I think he's going to get to like 84. The way I play, he'll probably regress. Let's go ahead and right guard would be nice. I think that we need to address the fact that we don't have any on the team right now. Kyle Long is so old. How old are you? He's 32, normal dev. AJ Can, 29, normal dev. I mean, if it's between the two, I have to go with the younger player at that point. Duvernay Tardif. He actually got his PhD in school. Not sure if you knew that. Will Hernandez, 25-year. Will Hernandez, hold the phone. 25 years old, normal dev. Okay, so we got some actually talented guys. If I just do a little bit of digging here, hold on, give me a second. I'll probably end up cutting. Let's go ahead and jump over to the right tackles really quick. So I think I'm going to end up taking Marcus Cannon here. He is a giant of a human being at 6'6", 335. He's the best available right now. I just think that he buys us that time in order to go ahead and find one in the upcoming draft. If that's what I look like in real life, which sometimes I feel like it, that hurts. Do I go with Big Ben or do I take a risk with Fitzy? I think Big Ben's actually pretty decent. Let's go ahead and draft the towering Big Ben here. 6'5", 240, 39 years old. I'm basically just going to call him Will Ferrell for now. Welcome to the team, Big Ben. Brandon Graham, 81 overall, star dev. I think that that is misleading because I do believe that he will end up regressing as we get closer to the season. I think we're going to go ahead and take the Brandon Graham as a left edge. Worst case scenario, I think that you could move over Akeem Hicks into that D-tackle position, and then Brandon Graham could hold down the fort at an 81 overall. In the meantime, I just want to do it. Don't at me. I'm taking Justin Tucker. He's amazing. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not going to be that guy that loses a game because he waited until the very end to draft a kicker that doesn't know how to kick the freaking ball. So I'm sorry, but eat me. 31. Take him, or do we take the superstar? I think we're just going to take Johnny Hecker as well. While we're drafting kickers, why not just make a day out of it? I just realized that I still have not yet taken a right guard, and I took a punter and a... I took a punter and a kicker before I took. I don't care. I think I've made up my mind, and I think I don't know what I want. I think I'm going to take Connor McGovern here as a 28-year-old. He is just kind of what we're looking for. He could give us some flexibility. Right now at center, we have Alex Mack. So, okay, and really quick, I'm just going to go ahead and make a quick second run through here. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. And then I'm probably just going to end up simulating until the end of the draft. Go ahead and take Jared Cook, 82 overall. He's old. I don't really care. Be nice to have a little bit of depth there just in case something bad happens. Let's go ahead and get a little snazzy and just check out the roster real quick. Hey. Okay, so I knew that the offensive line was going to be our biggest weak point. I did not realize it was going to look quite this bad. I think Hayden Hurst has to go in front of, why can't I put him in front? Oh, it's because Hayden Hurst is a fullback right now. Yeah, AJ Dillon's going to go there. TJ Dallas, we actually got him. That's not bad. So Hayden Hurst is going to go in front of Jared Cook for obvious reasons. I mean, don't be an idiot. We do actually have a pretty decent receiving core. I think we could actually get multiple superstars and potentially superstar X factors out of the two guys that you're looking at right now. For sure, out of Kadarius Toney by the end of his era here. Having a 95 overall left tackle just opens up so much space for Raheem Mostert to do his dang, do the dang on it. All right, so looking over at the defensive side of the ball, this is our bread and butter right here. I am pumped about this right here. I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to take Brandon Graham. I'm going to shove his ass right there, and I'm going to take Ndamukong Suh, and I'm going to shove his ass right there. Look at this, 85 overall. What are you doing? Why is he not there to begin with, bruh? All right, I need to move Brandon Graham to a D tackle. 1 second while I update his character profile. All right, looking back over at our defense here. What the hell is going on? So I put Graham. Why is Ndamukong Suh? Okay, I think Ndamukong Suh needs to go right here. Ah, now we looking like a snake. Got an 85 Ndamukong Suh sitting next to a 99 overall Myles Garrett. You got Brandon Graham up the middle as well, chilling next to Akeem Hicks. You have Dante Hightower, Shaq Thompson, and Khalil Mack in the linebacking core. You have Adrian Amos, Bryce Callahan, Denzel Ward. James Bradbury isn't even starting on this team. Are you kidding me? I think that... Wow. That is bananas. Okay. I mean, I don't hate it. I'm not gonna lie. This is disgusting. Special teams. Love to see all the superstar talent. Kadarius Toney, kick returning. Makes a lot of sense. I like that. Oh my God. I think we kind of killed this draft. We're an 84 overall. Seems a tad bit low to me if I'm being honest with you. Let's go ahead and hire our, looking at our scouts before it keeps on yelling at me. I think our biggest thing of need, so this is going to be our national scout, has to be I think it goes tier 3 is the highest. I want to say. So we need to find a tier 3 lineman. D-tackle would not be terrible, honestly. I think that would actually help out our team. Ooh. We do need a quarterback. We need a quarterback pretty desperately. So this guy has to be our national scout. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Let's go ahead and assign him to the national. National, and for those of you that don't know, is going to, they're going to have like the most effect. So you want your best scout to be, or basically your weakest position to be targeting that. I think it makes a lot of sense to have a 3 and a 1 both targeting our offensive line. I don't think that we really need a tight end here. I think that Hayden Hurst is going to be just fine. Why the hell do we have 2 of them, let alone, I don't think we need a linebacker one. I think that our biggest concern has to be like primarily offense. Let's go back here and grab that quarterback scout. I think he's level 3, so I don't think I can actually hire him. Yeah, you can't hire him. I need to find a quarterback scout who has a 2 or a 1. The one tier scout does pretty much nothing for your team. Let's call a spade here. So let's go ahead and look at our talent tree as a head coach here. All right, so we have 40 points that we can rip through. Let's go ahead and receptions galore or hands-on defense. I think that since our strength right now is our defense, it makes most sense to dump as much of our talent into the defensive stat points. It just makes a lot of sense. I'm probably just going to continue to end up doing that. I don't plan on getting away from Kevin Stefanski, my bad. Okay, so really quick before we go ahead and jump into our first game of the season, that actually will be included in today's video. Sorry for the long video, but I promise you it's worth it. Let's go ahead and change up our franchise team schemes really quick before we do anything else. So I think I'm going to go ahead and run with these things. So I actually have a vertical run zone as our offensive scheme. I've never seen a 100% scheme fit in this game, so it's really exciting to me to see a 100% scheme fit for a 4-6 defense. I think that we have our biggest asset is the fact that we have so many really good wide receivers, and I really want to develop Kadarius Toney without taking away from the other talent as Marvin Jones Jr. So I think I'm going to go ahead and run the LAR offense, and then the Indianapolis defense just makes a lot of sense to me. They have a 4-6 formation, 4-6 defense. It all kind of adds up. Hey everyone, AMR here in post-production. I realized that as part of the first episode of the DooDoo Browns series, that I did not actually show off any of the other existing rosters. I would like to go ahead and add that here to the existing episode before we jump into the next episode where I'm actually doing primarily only gameplay. So as you know, we got Myles Garrett, Dave Bakhtiari, Khalil Mack, and Justin Simmons as the most notable names on the team. Let's go ahead and go to the Buccaneers. Buccaneers got Patrick Mahomes, Mark Andrews. I mean, that's just basically an interchangeable Travis Kelce at that point. Roquan Smith, Calais Campbell. I'm not really too concerned. He's very old. I think he's like 38, 35. Quentin Nelson is now on the Arizona Cardinals with Michael Pierce, Matthew Judon, Deion Dawkins. I mean, the Cardinals look rough. Jalen Ramsey's over, changing from one Los Angeles team to another. Same thing with Von Miller. Funny enough, Tristan Wirfs. This is a pretty good team. Not too bad. Definitely got the building blocks to be a good team. Going over to the Chiefs now. You have Stephon Diggs, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Marcus Peters, Brandon Sheriff, and Saquon. That's pretty scary, not going to lie. Then you got Deshaun Watson. I think that that's actually a pretty stout team. Go ahead and looking at the Colts, they got Cameron Hayward, Ronnie Stanley, DK Metcalf, Ezekiel Elliott, Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette and Ezekiel Elliott on the same team is kind of interesting. And Chris Carson. So I'm wondering how that's going to work, to be honest with you. Over on the Cowboys, you got Tyron Smith, Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson in Dallas would be interesting. I don't think that him and Jerry Jones would get along too well. So you have Casey Hayward Jr., Ryan Ramczyk, and Daron Payne as some of the most notable players on the team. Going over to the Dolphins, they got TJ Watt. I'm sure people in Miami would love that, especially the fact that he has a defensive focal point. Alvin Kamara has a running back. Amari Cooper, Trent Brown, Miles Jack, Chidobe Awuzie is pretty interesting as well. Miami's actually got a pretty strong team. The Eagles, we got Jesse Bates in the secondary with Darren Waller, Terry McLaurin, Jordan Poyer, Stephon Tuitt. Wow, this team looks pretty good as well. Falcons, Stephon Gilmore, Micah Parsons, Shaquille Barrett. I mean, that's a pretty strong defensive core right there. Deion Jones, Rob Havenstein, and Antoine Winfield. It looks like they have a focus on the defense, similar to our team. Looking at the Washington football team, you have George Kittle with Chris Jones, Jason Kelsey, Darius Leonard, and Yannick Ngakoue. Interesting. 49ers, they retain Nick Bosa. They get Levante David, Aaron Jones, Brian Burns, Andrew Whitworth, Michael Pittman Jr. They look pretty strong. The Giants have Travis Kelce. Dalvin Cook and Travis Kelce on the same team is deadly, along with Joey Bosa, Michael Thomas, Sebastian Joseph Day. Wow. So I'm going to be honest. It looks like the Giants are going to be one of the teams to beat. They have some very high talent on their team. Jaguars with Jair Alexander, Vita Vea, Kevin Byard, Frank Ragnow, Adam Thielen. Again, Jaguars looking pretty stout as well. Going over to the Jets, you have Tyreek Hill, Lane Johnson, Corey Linsley, and Chase Young. Not too bad. Stafford with having Dallas Goedert there as well. It'll be interesting to see how Tyreek Hill and Matthew Stafford go together. Just an interesting combination over on the Jets team. Going over to the Detroit Lions, we have Jonathan Taylor, Zadarius Smith, Lyle Collins, and Grady Jarrett to name some of the notable players. I'm not too concerned with this team. Yes, they have some talent, but I mean, whatever. Teron Armstead, Dak Prescott, Micah Hyde, Kenny Clark, AJ Terrell. Interesting. Not too scared. Going over to the Carolina Panthers, we have Aaron Donald and Trent Williams on the same team, Derwin James on the same team, Deontay Johnson, Cordell Patterson. Okay, so the Panthers could be a pretty strong team as well. I don't know what their quarterback situation's like, though. Budda Baker, Chandler Jones, Marlon Humphrey, and Justin Jefferson, along with Hunter Henry and Malcolm Jenkins, all on the same team. Pretty interesting. I think that they'll be a strong contender in their division. Fred Warner on the Las Vegas Raiders. That's interesting. So you got Fred Warner, Devin McCourty, and Max Crosby. That's a very strong defense. You got Mike Gesicki, who's a young and gun talent at the tight end position. DJ Moore, that is, I mean, wow. And they retained Derek Carr. So I think the Raiders could be one of the teams to beat in that division. I know that the Chiefs are somewhat strong as well. Jonathan Allen, Darius Slay, JJ Watt, Chris Godwin, Kareem Hunt, Kyler Murray. Okay, so you got Kyler Murray, Kareem Hunt, Chris Godwin, all on the same offense. That is kind of scary. Not too bad though. JJ Watt's pretty old. He's 32 years old, so I don't know how long he'll be around for that team, but for right now it's pretty good. Zach Martin as a right guard in Baltimore. Wow. Okay, so Marbit just actually announced that he was retiring after his 8th season, so interesting that they actually keep him in the game. You have J.C. Jackson, Eric Kendricks, Tyler Lockett, Calvin Ridley. Ooh, okay, so Baltimore's looking pretty strong as well. We got DeAndre Hopkins in New Orleans. That would actually be pretty fun to see. Tre'Davious White, Melvin Gordon, Eric Armstead, Austin Eckler. Very interesting. I think that's the New Orleans Saints are going to be a pretty good team as well. Derrick Henry going over to Seattle. I think that he would excel in that run-heavy offense, so it makes sense. You got the retained talent of Bobby Wagner over there. They got Harrison Smith. So they have a pretty old defense so far. Daniil Hunter. Wow, that's going to be really hard to... they have a pretty strong defense. They have a very strong defense. Going over to the Steelers, you have Tyrann Mathieu, Jeffrey Simmons, Laramie Tunsil, Josh Jacobs, and it's AJ Brown. That's interesting. So Antonio Brown's, I think it's his cousin, I want to say, AJ Brown, and then Justin Herbert. That's going to be a tough team to play up against. Texans, they got Joe Mixon. They like to acquire old running backs, so it makes sense. I mean, he's not that old, honestly. 4 years in the league is not that bad, especially for a talent like him. That being said, he gets injured quite a bit. Mike Evans, Kyle Pitts, Javon Hargrave, Carl Lawson, Alexander Johnson, AJ Boye. Wow. Okay, so they could be a threat. Who's their quarterback? Let's take a look at this. Quarterback, Jalen Hurts, not worried anymore. I was going to say if they have a decent quarterback, this team could be pretty good. Looking over at the Titans, it's kind of funny. They just interchanged Derrick Henry for a Nick Chubb. Ryan Jensen is going to be a strong core to their offensive line. Joe Burrow and Nick Chubb on the same team is going to be disgusting. Mike Williams, Julio, Saffold. Okay, so if it's in my honest opinion here, I think that the Tennessee Titans, just based off of the first couple of names that I've looked at here, might be the team to beat so far. Looking at the Vikings, you got Demario Davis, Brandon Brooks, DeMarcus Lawrence, Russell Wilson, Marshawn Lattimore, Jamar Chase. Very low quarterback. I'm not worried anymore. I mean, again, it's one of those situations where if you have the superstar talent of Devontae Adams, then you could just get him the ball. Now, that being said, they do have a very strong defense, so that's going to be hard as well. And then we're back to our team. So that's going to do it for today's video. I know that we didn't get to do any gameplay in this one. However, given the fact that it took so long to get to this point, I think it just makes sense for us to go ahead and cut the video here. In the next episode, we will be doing the first week of the season. I am going to go ahead and simulate through the preseason now, make sure that everything is taken care of, so that way the very next episode is catered to pretty much just gameplay. I'm going to be doing pretty much the entire games in those situations, and then fast forwarding through like play recs and all that kind of stuff. It's going to take a little bit to edit, but I hope you appreciate the content. As always, if you like today's content, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. See you.